Years since the Big Three, the leaders of the Soviet Union, the US, and Britain, met in Yalta to decide the shape of the post-war world. They had common aims, defeating Nazi Germany and saving future generations from the horrors of war. But now it seems their efforts are not equally appreciated, as RT's Maria Finoshina explains.
February 1945. With most of Eastern Europe liberated from Nazi occupation by the Soviet Army, and British and American troops having fought their way into Belgium from the west, the Nazis' defeat was just a matter of time. In a few months, the Second World War would be part of history. And the heads of the world's most powerful countries were meeting in Yalta, in Soviet Crimea, to discuss Europe's post-war reorganization. President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt, British Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and the leader of the Soviet Union, Joseph Stalin. They were known as the Big Three, and it was indeed this trio who were to forge the shape of the world to come. Germany, the country that initiated both world wars, was demilitarized and split into 4 zones, each controlled by the 3 powers, with France. Berlin was also obliged to pay $20 billion in reparation for the damage it caused. Not to allow a terrible repetition of history, the sides promoted the creation of the United Nations as a force to help prevent war. Taken over from the League of Nations, it was to guarantee peace and prosperity for generations to come.
I always admire how harmonious that conference was. The Allies seemed to act as one. There were many important and just agreements signed, new borderlines drawn. It seemed that the world would recover soon and never repeat its mistakes. But this wasn't to be. Just as the Allies were writing the final pages of one war, another, the Cold War, was around the corner.
London, 2010. Bond Street. 2 bronze gentlemen sitting on a bench, talking to each other and smiling. This statue commemorates 50 years of peace. It's called Allies. The 2 men are Roosevelt and Churchill. But where's the third of the Big Three? Should Stalin be in the statue as well?
That's a good question. Possibly not, because of some of the things he did afterwards, I think.
Personally, no, for historical reasons. But
Why not?
Despite our so-called union in World War II, the legacy of Stalin